So at this point, you're not considering using any type of voice AI either for outreach or for inbound?
No, we're not. We actually did, like, in the days of yore, build a voice agent for inbound, but we found that 40% of the calls it was receiving had a very specific question, and the data to answer that question didn't live in any of the data sources. I don't think that's going to be a problem with every industry, but in automotive, like, service advisors aren't really on their computer. They're not great at answering the phone. They're terrible at texting, and they often let customers drive off the lot with their car if they're waiting on parts or things like that. So, like, the information in the data sources is not always up to date. In fact, it seldom is. Um, so there was no way to kind of query and get the right answer for an agent to give to a customer. It really did need, like, kind of this tribal knowledge that just lives in the heads of the people who are doing the work. So either we could, I guess, try to push a big rock up a hill and get advisors to change their ways and start documenting and make it easier for them to keep the CRM up to date. Uh, or we could find a different approach, and that's what we did.
I see. Yeah, and with the voice AI, I'm sure if the customer had a question that the AI is not able to answer, and then it goes into a loop or it
Yeah.
refuses to answer, it really negatively impacts the experience.
Yeah, usually it just escalates to a human anyway. Um, and I don't think that there's no place for voice AI. I just don't think that it's the answer to this problem for dealers of, like, hey, we own less than 1/3 of the market share, despite having every opportunity to win this. Um, I just think it's a band aid. Also, like, fundamentally, the phone, the way that people buy cars has changed, like Carvana and all of these, like, pretty simple to use online shopping experiences. Buying a car used to be based a lot on relationships, and now it's based mostly on, like, supply. Who has the exact make, model, year, color, and interior that I want? And then that's who you go buy from. But service hasn't changed since, like, the 80s. 61% of service appointments are still booked via phone call, which means that, to me, not that people want to call on the phone, but they can't find the self-service option. And it's also not optimized for mobile. So kind of our approach was like, well, we can either just plug AI into a really crappy cog in the process today, or we can, like, redefine the process. And for us, that was kind of a no-brainer. It's like, let's bring vehicle servicing to someone's mobile device with the recommendations that fit their mileage, that keep their car healthy, because the average consumer doesn't even know what service they need when they need service. They don't know, like, the recommended maintenance milestones that are defined by the manufacturer. That's not the public's job. It's our job as a vendor to empower the dealer to be consultative instead of an order taker.